It's on another episode of And Now for the Rest of the Story. So, do you know what happened? Do you know how I ended up finding you? Well, I'll tell you. See, I'm riding down, I'm riding my skateboard with my dog over my shoulder. Christmas Eve it was. And, I'm trying not to think about the second time I was in love, okay? Because that shit was like killing me, you know, like an absolute living nightmare. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, well, you know, I mean, I made mistakes, but so everybody does. It ain't no fucking the end of the world, you know what I mean? Like, nothing couldn't be fixed. Well, I got to thinking about, like, you know, the first time I was in love, like, you know, try to take my mind off the second time. Well, that really no better than the second. I'm thinking, fuck, man, why does this shit happen to me? Like, you know, it's the story of my life had something to do with a girl, and then she was gone. I was trying to break the cycle with you, you know, buddy. So, I'm thinking about this girl. Her name was Elizabeth Hoyt. I'm like, and for years and years and years now, this shit has like really fucking plagued me. Like it hurt me real deep down in my soul because your sister raised you. Like, because your mom didn't. Your mom was a piece of shit, by the way, on several different fucking levels. I'm sorry to say, but like, I'm gonna keep it real. So you were right. And Tyler's dad is different than your dad. Like, your mom had little extracurricular activities going on. You know, while she dropped your sister off at that one house that fucking, you know, that's what really fucked your sister up was that, you know, the whole molestation thing. And it led her to drink and fucking eventually, you know, it would lead to her death. You know, in so many ways. Well, I started thinking about this, like I said, this girl named Elizabeth, and I'm trying to do the math on my fingers, you know, I'm like, she's what, roughly like, you know, maybe in her mid-30s by now. God, has it been that long? Fuck. And then I'm like, wait a minute, like, she's Monkey's age. I wonder if, you know, because, like, Monkey gets around, she knows a lot of people. God, well, I hope they weren't too comparing notes or fucking, is that what scared you off, honey? I mean, who wants to hear that shit? But, like, and I always felt, you know what fucking killed me? Fucking just, like, it has bothered me all these years. It's like, I gotta find this Elizabeth Hoyt because, like, I need to fucking tell her the truth. Like, because, like, this poor girl, she really looked up to you. Like, you fucking raised her, and you were like a child yourself. And you took care of your grandmother on her dying fucking deathbed. I mean, Katie loved her grandma, and she loved you. Elizabeth. I'm not sure what to call you. Like, I know there's a name or a word for it, but I'm not even sure what to call it. Like, is it Elizabeth, or do I call you Corinne, or like, how about my wife? Can we go back to that whole train of thought? Like, I like that, you know. Well, she really looked up to you because, like, you were like her parent, her mother, and you know, like when you brought me home, or when she brought me home, you know, Katie, like this was, well, actually, it was our fishing buddy, old Diego Scovia. Well, back in those days, Diego drove like an old Ford, right? And he and I rode together in this fucking death trap. I hate Fords, you know what I mean? But like, you know, if that's the way we're gonna get to this party in Los Osos, and so be it. You know, that was back in the days when we used to go, oh, look, there's the sheriff, Omar. It was like, wait a minute. Well, like I said, it's nice to have like one of the good old boys, you know, some of us. Stop it, Wampus, fuck. The dog bit me. All right, stop. Go play. Any rate, so we're getting off track here. So, like, And I remember when, like, it was your sister's 18th birthday party, mind you, that we met. And let me tell you, I walked in the room with this fucking cowboy hat on, not this one, but a black one. And it was like, the first person I fucking saw when I walked into the room was Katie. And like the first person she saw in our group, there was Ryan, there was Diego, there was fucking Dale, there was Deneve, and there was me. There were the boys, right? Like, yeehaw, fucking yippee-ki-yay. Well, it was like, I was like paralyzed, you know, because it's beautiful. Like, what? I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, dude, one look and that's all it took. And, well, let's just say, so she's like, hey, will you stay with me tonight? And like, and do fun things with me? I'm like, is the sky blue and is the Pope Catholic or what? Fucking, are boobies good? Of course I will. Hey, Diego, you're gonna have to fucking, it's gonna be a long, lonely ride home by yourself tonight, bud. Sorry, but like, so at any rate, I had the birthday girl. Well, you know, as luck would have it, you know, we got the whole, spent a couple nights there, and apparently, your father had a problem with the fucking 590 being parked in the granny pad. Well, especially when the fucking retaining wall gave loose because the truck was so heavy. Well, we got the fucking pounding on the door. We're laying there naked, of course. Like, I don't know why I shouldn't be telling you this, but like, you need to know. You need to know a lot of things. But you know, I didn't realize you had that kind of classification and clearance, you know. So like we pounding on the door like, God damn, what is it? Like, yeah, and right there on the front doorstep, your grandmother's granny pad, like we got the whole, if you're gonna play house, you gotta play house under your own rules. So her and I were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? So here's what we did. Step one, we got us a puppy. Dixie. Step two, we got us another puppy. Cash was his name. Then, as we're like going, well, like, speaking of this money or cash, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like I want to be with you, man. Like, this isn't good. Like, I don't know what we're doing wrong, but like, you know, apparently, you know, David didn't like the fucking all night long in the tow truck in the front yard. But it was like, it was a good job. It just, you know, the 24-hour shift is kind of rough, you know, especially when you just fell asleep or, you know, you got your clothes all off and you're, you know, doing exercises and up, you got a fucking lockout call. Oh no, or a jump start and fucking, you know, San Ardo. Like, fuck. At any rate, yeah. So like, the gods just made it happen. Like I said, we got a puppy. And we got another puppy, which, like, in their eyes, we're not off to a good start, right? It's like, you gave, take care of yourself. What are you getting a dog for? Like, well, the dog's supposed to take care of us. At least make it so we can sleep at night or some shit. You know what I mean? Because, like, yeah. So, we're sitting there in the granny pad. This is a true story, by the way. We're sitting there in the granny pad, and we're listening to the radio, and it has this, I swear to God, this advertisement for, hey, oh, girls, come on down to the Spearman Rhino. And like, every Wednesday night, amateur night, and your cash money will be paid for first, second, and third prizes. Audience participation determines the winner. And you know what? She was like, remember how I stripped in Mexico? And I'm like, yeah, that was fun, honey, but I'm fucking, we pray to God we made it home alive. I can't believe it. Especially, I don't know if I told you about I'll tell you about that, the bar incident in Del Pescador. No, it was just her and I. Never mind, there was another trip to Mexico. But the El Pescador and fucking the Banditos. Yeah. I'm surprised fucking we made it out of there with our fucking hides. But she stripped, I mean, she's like 18 years old. We're down in Mexico because we wanted to go get the fuck out of San Luis, you know. And she's like, hey, do you mind if I strip naked here for like pesos? And I'm like, and I get free beer and cigarettes all night? I'm like, okay. I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do it. So we hear this advertisement from the Spirit Merino and how you get money for first, second, and third. Well, she like, what do you think? Like, I mean, it's a way to make money. Like, yeah, if that's what you want to do, honey, then let's do it. And so audience participation is like, hi, hey, Hep, hey, Diego, hey, Loaf, hey, how many else other people we got that's gonna drive down to Santa Maria, fucking watch you and some other bitches fucking strip down naked, and we gotta hoop and holler and make a bunch of noise, and that determines whether you get $5, $3, or $100. Well, I'm sure the boys might be willing to, So, there he was, and believe it or not, your sister took second place. And we're like, $300, yay! Well, I'm getting way off track here. But your sister, like, really looked up to you. And, like, when she brought me home, like, you, I should say, like, gazed at me with this, not like, it wasn't like a perverted thing, it was more like, wow, like, this was unprecedented. Like, your sister, like, didn't actually bring me home. Like, she told me to stay. Please stay with me. Don't leave me. Like, and I said, oh, fuck, heaven forbid. Like, I'm fucking, yeah, I'm fine with that, yeah. Because, your sister was fine as fucking, I mean, hotter than the sheriff's stolen pistol. And so, like, just the way that you used to look at me, like I was like fucking the baddest motherfucker that ever walked this earth, because I was with your sister. I was like, wow, like, and I was like, and with you and Tyler, I was like, always like, I act on my best behavior, smoke cigarettes, be cussing, like, give them good advice and, and sound direction and and she asked a good male role model. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I can, because I was raised right. I mean, my mama and daddy fucking, I mean, just because, just because this is the way it fucking ended up. Well, there's a reason for that. And we'll get to that later on, episode 2 or 3. We're already at 12, 13 minutes. But, like, so when your sister died, or I should say, passed on, better way to put it. She's still here, believe it or not. Or you do, I know. I'd see, now that see, she's like, we got us a fucking powerful and pissed off guardian angel. Know that? Or maybe you do know how fucking powerful she is. But let me tell you, like, I mean, that's how you know you're gonna be all right. I mean, I got the same one as you, so like, how? At any rate, part of that conundrum. So when like the shit hit the fan, so to speak, I had already. I mean, I loved her so much, dude. Like, it was killing me. Like, I'd join the military to get the fuck out of St. Louis, because like the whole John Peterson thing was fucking killing me. And you know why? Because she'd be with him for like 2 days a week, and then she'd be with me like 5 days a week, and then it was like fucking killing me, because I can't handle, like, I don't really like some of the guy doing whatever with my chick, especially drinking out of control and popping Dilaudid. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was killing me, because I really loved your sister, and it was like, we'll go get into fucking why we were separated, but it was your family that, I mean, I took her from the home, and they fucking resented that, and they were gonna fucking, one way or another, gonna make me pay. And so they, they caught her at a weak moment. Okay, like, caught her at a weak moment, and get into that in episode 2. But caught her at a weak moment, and like fucking, and this whole, like, you could do better than him. Look, he's just a dumb old country boy from St. Louis, drives a beat up old Chevy, fucking, with them goddamn pit bulls, and like wearing them boots and with his fucking rowdy friends. You could do so much better. Like, we raised you right. I mean, yeah, your sister was like a Bethel, Queen of Job's daughters. Nobody really understands what that is, but I do. She took me to one of them meetings. Now I'm like, what the fuck? Ah, who are you? Like, let me tell you, she could work magic. Well, I can too. And together, fuck, dude, we were unstoppable. And like, that's what killed us, was being separated. Because, like, and that's one thing that's always haunted me, was like, I couldn't be there to fucking, like, to save her, even if I wanted to. Because, that you talk about PSTD, right? Like, couldn't be there to save her. So, like, like, and it was like, but the way you used to, like, look up to me, like, the baddest motherfucker, I mean, I must have been to be with your sister. You know what I mean? Because she, it wasn't dumb. I mean, she would have picked some fucking jackass. Fucking, Yeah, and it was like, so when your sister died and the PD went to your family and said, oh, we found something. I don't know exactly what, but like, they fucking came at me with a vengeance. Like, we know you done it. It's only a matter of time before we prove it. I mean, prove what? Like, any rate, I mean, you're fucking dumb if you obviously didn't know Chris and Katie. Like, that was a bit fucking, we won the fucking, like, the best couple of the year fucking award for like 7 straight years. You know what I mean? And so but when she was out on her own, like, who's gonna save her now? Because she had a fucking bad drinking habit or problem. And, like, we didn't do drugs. Like, but we smoked weed. But like, she had a bad drinking problem. It was because of being molested as a child. Like, by being dropped off at, I don't remember whose house, by your mother, fucking again and again and again, while she went and, did whatever with her lesbian girlfriend. That's what I do remember about it. See, I know things that, like, David and Nancy did not want to have, they wanted to fucking bury the secrets of the family with me. You know what I mean? Like, lock and love, he murdered our daughter. He's harassing in Mexico. No, what I did actually, I mean, if you're like we are, like, and you're like, in tune with what's going on, like, how can you not see it? I mean, the stage was set. You're like, the train is fucking, like, got no brakes, and it's gonna fucking, ride straight into the fucking wreck at the bottom of the hill. You know what I mean? Like, but I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, I had to, like, take her keys, fucking throw them behind the seat, pull the spark plug wires out. Fucking, I mean, she'd be so drunk she couldn't even find the fucking keyhole. And she was living in Atascadero, with her boss, or our boss, I should say, Steve Snell, because we both worked at Monterey Imports, even though your family would tell you she wanted nothing to do with him. Oh, really? Well, no, she was actually in this position where, because your family was going to take care of her every need under one condition. I'll give you one guess what that was. As long as you do not see him ever again. Well, how can you fucking, like, do that when you, like, we're like, I mean, we're soulmates, man. Like, and not only that, but, like, we just, like, step out into life like two young couple alone in this world. And let me tell you, like, your sister, like, was one of the best fucking dancers on stage that I've ever seen in my life, dude. Ever. I mean, I hate to say it, Keisha, but, like, her pole routine was fucking incredible. Like, we had to take her shoes to this one place, like, to, like, stitch an extra. She had, like, custom-made fucking 6-inch stiletto shoes. Like, yeah, the shoes. Like, this is so, like, But I got to thinking about this poor girl, you know. I mean, God, she's been fed bullshit her whole life. He murdered your sister. We're gonna make him pay. And they did. I mean, I don't even remember my 30s, you know? Thanks a lot. Because everything from my child fucking being kidnapped parentally and allowed to get away with it. Thanks, district attorney's office, loophole. Under, oh my God, he murdered his girlfriend or a new boyfriend, and I was afraid he's gonna do the same to me and my daughter. Like, what the fuck? Oh, man, it's a whole different story for a whole different day. But like, I felt like I was devastated, and then I put myself in your shoes, Elizabeth, or Corinne. Like, and I was, oh my God, this poor, you know, I'm laying there in fucking jail for the first time in my life, 3 days after she passed. Like, you know, for what? Violating the honorable orders of the court. You may not go to the funeral, the house that burned up. Have any communication with David and Nancy Hoyt. And let me tell you, the first thing I did was call those two fucking dumbass. I'm like, I fucking told you this shit was gonna happen. Ah! I mean, the stage was saying, how can you not see it? But you know what they told her? Oh, you would do so much better off without him. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Hoyt, I don't mean to harass or vex you, but I have a question. Was she better off without me? Was she? Was she? Because not only was she not better off without me, she wound up fucking dead. Because she ended with some dude named John Peterson who fucking, hey, let's drink and do drugs and fucking pass out fucking, like, you know. And God only knows, from what I heard, this is a rumor, John Peterson's fucking hobby was making candles. Like, well, don't go to fucking pass out on fucking Dilaudid and fucking alcohol. Fucking, you know, with the candles going. But my kitchen on fire. Like, I don't fucking know what happened. Like, how would I know what happened? That was like, dude, to think that I would have anything to do with the death of your sister and, like, my beloved, like, I mean, it shows how fucking dumb you are. But see, we lived on a mountain fucking out in the middle of fucking nowhere out in Eden Valley. Like, you had to have a 4-wheel drive just to get up the fucking hill, you know? So like we didn't go out much. She was a dancer, so she worked at night. I was working for you know, old Steve and Bobby with the plastering outfit, you know, pulling hose and shit. You know, but I didn't really have to work. I was a dog. I had, you know, 4 pit bulls at that time to take care of, and you know, your sister, like, and I don't mind. Like, I mean, she made plenty of money. Know that. Fucking, like I said, she was one of the best dancers I've ever seen in my life. Dude, like, I mean, and she knew, like, she didn't go after the pretty boys because she had one. Like, she went after, she knew how much money everybody had in their wallet before they even walked in the door. I don't know how. She just had this innate ability to do so. So we'll cut it right about here, you know. I mean, it's just, I feel like it killed me, dude, to like think, like, oh my God, this poor child, like, she lost her fucking sister that was raising her and she looked up to, and then the guy that she, like, you know, was in awe of, like, when I get old, I'm gonna find a man just like him. Like, is he badass? And then being told, like, he killed your sister. I'm sorry, man. Like, I really am. Like, you know, that, like, devastated me because, like, I mean, imagine being, like, in my shoes. Like, I mean, having to live with this shit. I mean, like, it doesn't haunt me. She does not haunt me. No, know that. In fact, like, you want to see some fucking shit. Like, oh yeah? Go get him, Katie. Especially when you do not. And I repeat, and it goes for you. Like, but, you know, I ain't mad at you. I understand, like, completely. I understand, like, all the pieces, like, completely fell into place. You know, like, when you get all the lines, all the boxes filled up in Tetris, it's all, and everything falls through. It gives me chills right now, like, just talking and thinking about it. Like, how devastated must you have been? Like, you know, oh my God, like, so that's not, like, the perfect, like, you must have been confused as fuck. And so, like, little Tyler, I mean, he was like with a little tool belt and a hammer, like, fucking, like, you know, what, what do we do now, sister? Well, I mean, he looked up to you too, because, like, you know, you was like, you know, because Katie was like already, like, you know, at high school and a big girl then, but still, you know, taking care of your kids until she met a Christopher Lee Colish, aka Shiloh. And funny how everybody uses fucking fictitious names these days. Well, you know, with what's going on, fucking how could you not knowing who's the enemy and fucking what the fuck? I mean, but you know, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, she just wanted to fuck out, man. She couldn't handle living under that fucking roof with those rules and fucking. I mean, she did her fucking part, like by raising kids that weren't hers and fucking taking her her dying grandmother. That, you know, but she did it. I mean, she didn't have a childhood really. Like, she was fucking, you know, and what your mom was out doing, fucking. Well, I mean, I don't. Who fucking knows? Like, let me tell you, but Katie hated your mother. Know that. I knew this, and she was just like. And when your father David came to her at like 17 or 18 years of age and said, "Hey, by the way, this isn't the only family I got. You know how I've gone all week long working." Working? Yeah, well, I got a family up there too, and you're not my firstborn child. She was like, "What the fuck?" Hey, cowboy. Like I said, I was a cowboy back then. You know what I mean? Like, drove a 64 Pontiac GTO. Like, star of the football team. And I had like 5 or 6 really big friends. She's like, "Get me the fuck out of here. Save me." Like, I'm like, "Oh, I'd love to." You know, but little did we know,